Hey, what's up? This is Flex Alexander.
And it's Imani.
And welcome to the Daddy Daughter Dance Podcast, the podcast where we talk about all things father, daughter, everything, everything. I want to get right into it today because as a father, you see your kids go through stuff. You see your kids grow. You see them hurt. You see them, happy. You see every aspect of your child. And one of the things that I've noticed, not only myself, but my wife, we've noticed when these kids go through stuff with their friends. Yeah. What about your friends? Are they going to let you down? Are they going to be around? I don't know if those are the lyrics, but those are the lyrics I'm singing. We've seen, from being young, going through stuff and not speaking to speaking again to not, and I've seen just and it's always worse. We stay out of it. Parents get into it. It's I think that is the worst thing you can do. You got to let the kids work it out themselves. So what is that for you, Imani? Because I've seen so many different things and I've seen so much growth too, positively. What is that?
Like what specifically? Like
I mean, what causes you guys, you go like this and you come back and this come back, like what is considered a good friend, not a good friend? Do you put it on, you guys are young, or if you have disagreements, how can you resolve them without having the drama?
Well, I think that a lot of situations that I did go through with friends were when we were still younger, like middle school, high school. And I think that that's a time that's like, okay, obviously not saying that things that happened weren't still wrong or still shouldn't have happened. But I think being in high school, everybody is still learning who they are, going through their own stuff. Some are stressed about a certain class. Some are trying to see what college they're going to. Some might have relationship drama. So I think a lot of that was just us being immature.
Yeah.
And some stuff that caused drama, I think, was immature. But at that time, it felt so big because that was a highlight of everyone's life for a second. So I think that when you do grow and you get older, you are kind of able to rekindle with those people, because it's like the bond is still always there. It's just, I think having space or time to grow is like a healthy thing, because now I feel like everyone is literally 21 plus. Everybody's, we're all we're all not kids anymore. So we can now speak to each other and handle each other as adults. Like everybody has jobs, cars, like no one's on no little high school, stuff anymore. So I think it's really, it's great to see the fact that when you just really like take that time, just think about, what happened and then kind of like come back. It's nice because it's like we all knew that, like, and just all friends that stuff happened with, like we all knew that we would come back at some point.
Now is it worse when parents get involved?
Yes.
And why is that? Why is it worse?
Because some parents don't hold their kids accountable for what they do. And I feel like, yes, it's your kid, but if your kid is wrong, your kid is wrong.
Yeah.
And we definitely had a thing like that before high school. And it's like, when you know that your child or your kids was doing something to hurt another person, I just don't logically understand how you can't hold your kid accountable.
Right.
And make them be like, no, like, tell this person, like, because at that time, parents had to be like, tell them that you're sorry, because we were like, everyone was so young. But like, I just could never comprehend why some people do that. And then when parents do get involved, it's like then the parents are speaking, and then like the kids are like, it's just like it's best to just let the situation lie between, you know, the kids or whoever, unless it gets to a point where it's like physical or something extreme happen. Then it's like, okay, like parents gonna get involved.
She never get to that, but it's true.
Some people, do.
Yeah, no, it's true. Parents, I think, that's why I've always tried to not. I just back when I say, hey, they're gonna figure it out, because knowing you're young and you're going through growing pains, you're there's so much, like you said, when you're younger, you think the world revolves around that problem, and it really doesn't. It's so minute. As you get older, you start seeing, hey, I gotta get a car. I got bills. I got like that. Then you understand, like, this is way more important. Way more important. Now, would you how can I say this? Would you be okay with say you have a friend and you guys had a mutual friend and you guys got into something, and would you be okay with that friend still being friends with the other friend, even though you and the other friend don't speak? Would you be okay with that friend still being friends with them, even though there's nothing between you guys?
See, now that could be a tricky question, because it's like, okay, if I introduce someone, like if I introduce you to that friend and we fell out, but you're still friends with them, that's kind of a little bit weird to me. I think that if you have a friendship with that person, like we have our own separate relationships, or maybe you had it first, or I can't tell you who you can't be friends with. I just would say that, well, there was a quote that was like, a friend to all is a friend to none. And I think sometimes it is hard to kind of play sides, because you could be caught in the wrong moment, or you slip up and you say, well, yeah, girl, honestly, I low-key feel that too. So low-key, I don't know. I mean, I can't tell anybody what to do. I just feel like if you choose to like talk about me, or if you choose to feed into that, then I
mean, because even if you introduce friends, right?
No, I don't have a problem with that, but it's just weird sometimes when people like, okay, like I can't get down with if like, so like if I met a friend through another friend, and then me and that friend hung out and just excluded the person that I met them through, that's messed up.
No, I'm not talking about excluded. I'm saying
that's like,
I'm saying if you have a friend, you introduce him to somebody else, and you introduce him to you and that person have been friends a long time. This is a new friend, and you introduce him. Hey, they hang, whatever you all guys hang. But then you and the friend that you've been friends with a long time get into something. But then that new friend is like, hey, caught in the middle, like, but they didn't do anything to me, I
mean, I guess, I don't know. It really just depends on the intentions of the person. Because I've been in those type of things before, where I've been still friends with a person that I don't have a problem with, but they have a problem with someone else. And it just really, it depends.
It's awkward.
Regardless, that other friend is going to feel the way. Because it's like, oh, sorry, I can't hang out because I'm with that person that you don't, I don't know. It's just like,
I just think it's weird. It's weird to me because
it depends, low-key.
When people want you, like, or this, or you don't have an issue with somebody, but that person, say you got a friend and they just have an issue with somebody else, and they want you to join in on their issue, or to not like them for something that, they did nothing to you.
Yeah, no, I won't do that.
Yeah.
I will not do that. Like, if I don't know, if I don't like a person, it's because of something that I've seen you do, or something that how you treated me, or how you have treated someone else. So if I don't know you and I'm just hearing certain things, that's not fair to base a judgment off of a person until. Now, there's times where I've been told something, and I've met people, and I'm like, oh, I get it. I get why you said that. But sometimes that's not the case. So it's like.
But what about the times where you don't get both sides of the story? You get one side that's, given to you, but you never get the other side because there's always his side, her side, and the truth. So there's always three sides to it. Now, if someone's like pressing you to be, man, don't deal with them. But you're like, hey, they didn't do nothing to me or whatever, and you've never heard that other person's side. I personally think, that's it's tough to just be like, okay, I'm not dealing with them,
Yeah.
Especially if the other person is kind of janky themselves.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what do you feel? I mean, there's so many I don't know instances I've seen as you growing up that it just I don't know, just always because I don't think we. And I think your generation is different because y'all was in the house generation. It was just we were outside. We played like somebody could come up, in the park. Like, yeah, man, can I play? Can I shoot around? Yeah, boom, and it's cool. And then y'all friends, y'all. It's like this, and all this, and then if you post something with somebody else and you ain't supposed to be with that person, man, then they think you shooting subliminals and it don't have nothing to do with nothing. You just hang.
That is like the most annoying thing. Like being from this generation myself, yes. I could say that there has been times where I posted stuff and that has happened, and I'm like, I'm not even like, okay. There has been times where like years back where I was low key kind of posting for attention, but that was back in like high school. Like that was when I was still, but like now I've never like if I'm with like certain people or I like post with friends, like I've never done that to make somebody else feel jealous or anything. Like that's just so weird.
It is.
So it's like that's why they say if the shoe fits, wear it. Honestly, because I never said anything. Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes people make their own narrative in their head and they get upset for things when they haven't even talked to me. So it's like at this point you're getting mad. It's like I can't, like, what can I say?
Yeah, it is. It's very weird. I'm so glad our generation got to play outside and you could have more than one friend and you could be best friends with multiple friends. Because as you grow, man, your circle is gonna grow and people. You're gonna meet people from the business and social and like it's never ending, and that's what this life is about. You gain family, friends, and you go through ups and downs, but you always rock with those who rock with you.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's
boom. Boom boom. Yeah. So okay. We know what you went through, high school, junior high school, all that stuff. So now, being an adult, what do you think has changed throughout friends and how you handle stuff differently?
I think now, now I feel like I move with intention in my life. So it's like if I know that something isn't serving me or a person is like, I'm how do I say this? I'm a person that can like just feel things, and I've always been told that. Like I've always can just feel when someone's not it, or like I could feel like energies, or like I like know certain things like before they like happen. Like sometimes like there's times where I'm like, oh, watch, like I know she feels like this, and about like a day or two we're gonna have this conversation or this or that, and it happens. I'm like, I knew it. Like I knew that was what was going on. But I think that I move with intention, and if like there's times where I have physically gone or hung around with certain people and like my vibe is off, and if my energy is drained, that's when I know like I shouldn't feel that hanging out with people. Nobody should. Like everybody should feel cool. So I think just learning and just seeing who is like, true to you and who's not. And I think just knowing that not everything is about you. And I think in high school, like, or as kids, it was easy to think about that. Yeah. Be like, well, but no, like not everything is about you unless someone says it's about you. And I think that's what can happen I mean, that's what I've tried to adapt,
Mm-hmm.
and it's helped like just realizing and like seeing like things are literally fine. Like sometimes we stress and get all nervous for nothing when it's literally fine. Like nothing is happening. We're okay. Everything is fine. So I guess just that and not putting so much like pressure onto friendships and just letting them flourish how they're supposed to.
Yes.
Because when you start like putting pressures, that's when it just, I feel like, falls apart because you're trying to meet expectations that you won't meet. Like you probably won't meet if you keep putting those expectations on it. So just let it flourish how it's supposed to. You know, I say to definitely check in with your friends, communicate with your friends, you know, even if you don't see each other for a super long time, like if you check in here and there, you know, all that, like it's just so simple. But I think when we're kids, it seems more like we have to do so much. Like, well, we have to. And I'm like, no, we'll all see each other when we see each other, or we'll all talk when we talk. And when we do, the vibes are the same.
The vibes are the same. That's right. There was a song that somebody wrote. I bet you think this song is about you. Yeah, I remember that song.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Let's not do that. Let's do it. Let's reach out. Let's communicate. We're adults now, and so much going on in the world. It's just reach out. If there's an issue with friends. If you're out there and you've been friends with somebody for a long time and you stop speaking for a while over something silly or misinterpreted something or miscommunication, reach out to that friend and just get it clear. Because it's not worth it, especially if it's a great friend. It's not worth it. Take it from me.
Heavy on if it's a great friend.
Yes.
Because if it's not,
if it ain't a great friend, just like whatever. You like you be there. Send me social.
Yeah.
So, and on that note, I'm Flex A for real. I'm Flex Alexander. You can follow me, Flex A for real, on Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok, and Flex Alexander on Facebook.
Imani Music on all platforms. Imani with 2 eyes at the end.
2 eyes. That's right. So, hey, like, share, subscribe, leave comments, and we will definitely check them out and get back to you. We appreciate you. Thank you for hanging with us on the Daddy Daughter Dance Podcast, the podcast where we talk about all things father-daughter and life included.